Everyone is welcome here, it's time to make new friends. Aquavide Uskava, fill your Glencairn. Share a dram with the spirit of Edmonton. Slancha!
Good evening, whiskey brothers, whiskey sisters, whiskey friends, and welcome to episode 53 of the Canadian Whisky Journey's Whiskey Review. I'm Dolph. I'm the president of the Alberta Scotch Society, creator of the Whiskey Book Club, and your host tonight. And we're continuing our Canadian Whisky Journey with Sons of Vancouver Whiskey Advent Calendar. So this is the second, so episode 2 of me going through the whiskeys of the whiskey calendar. So not the sweeter drinks, but the whiskeys with all the different finishes. And I'm happy as heck to do it. It's fantastic, and I'm enjoying myself. And tonight I'm doing the same thing as I did last time, but I'm doing it festive, like you can tell. So I do a lot for the show, and sometimes it's wearing really tacky sweaters and really tacky shirts, but it's always drinking good whiskey. So here I am. So I've got 2 tonight. And the 2 whiskeys that we have, very similar this time. So hugely divergent last time. This time I've got the rye whiskey, 100% rye whiskey, and the toasted barrel rye whiskey. So we're thinking this can be fairly similar tonight, but I'm hoping to pick out the little divergent parts from it. So I'm looking forward to this. I knew it's going to be a little bit harder to do, but we're jumping into it. We're good. We're happy. We're happy to be here. Let's drink or smell. Now, when I had John, our whiskey neighbor, Tuesday night on, I told him that I can usually pick out Sons of Vancouver ryes or the whiskeys, which generally have a lot of rye, 100%, 98% rye, a little bit of barley in there. I can usually pick them out because I can taste or smell the lavender on the nose. And I got to tell you, it's not lavender tonight. I'm having a hard time picking that scent out because I was thinking back to that conversation. I was wondering, is it actually lavender? It's perfumey, like I said. Both of them have this kind of perfumey nose to them. And that perfumey, it's a hint at the very, very end after you've inhaled and kind of thought you've smelled something, and then it's the lingering smell after. So we talk about things lingering with the finish. There's a linger after a scent as well, but we're delving in. This is fantastic. So here we go. And you know what? Let's just put a little picture up here too, because I keep talking about the place, and that's James, and he does a fantastic job. But this is the place I keep thinking about. When I think of the distillery itself, you can think about this, and it's kind of neat. And he's got some really unique setups back here that you're not going to see at other distilleries. But this is what I think of when I go there. So I'll just take a look at that as I say, smell this, and all right. So you have the spice, you have the sweetness, and the sweetness on here is caramelly. At first, I was thinking butterscotch-like, but I think it's more caramel-like. And this is the 100% rye. It's not the toasted. Maybe I'm back to the lavender. Maybe I'm right at the very end. So the first sip, let's do that again, because you should never trust your first sip. You should always go in, acclimatize that palate, and just go in again for another. Start sweet. You get the heat at the back of the throat, and then the spices come out that you usually get with rye. And this one's not a white pepper rye. It's different flavors with the rye. So let's just say cinnamon. Sometimes I think I taste a little bit of a cinnamon heart in there. Sometimes, not often. Not quite now. Maybe a hint of cinnamon, nutmeg, kind of the Christmassy things, just a little bit. But then it turns on me, and then I get that floral. And the floral, I'm sticking with it. I'm going to say lavender. It reminds me of a perfume, and in a really good way. at the end, flowery. And if it's not lavender, someone will tell me in the future, I'm sure of it. So here we go. I'm going to nose the toasted barrel rye. Now, this one's a little bit more subdued on the nose, and it's because more subdued, a bit sweeter. So I'm getting, and it might be because I tasted this one previously, but on the nose right now, it's more subdued, it's sweeter, it's more vanilla-like. And if it is a toasted barrel, you're going to get more vanillins out of a toasted barrel. So maybe I'm just doing that to my head. But so it is more vanilla-like on the nose, whereas I didn't get any vanilla on the rye whiskey, the 100% rye. Yeah. And more vanilla on the palate as well. Now, this doesn't say 100% rye, and I wasn't able to get in touch with our friend James Leiter at the distillery, but sorry, I'm just thinking about that flavor, and the little hearts are coming out here for some reason, and maybe because I just said it before, the little cinnamon heart. It's really pleasant. I like the 100% rye on the nose better, but I'm a 100% rye person. But this could very well be 100% and just subdued a little bit because of the barrel. This on the palate starts with the heat. So the first one, it was sweet, heat, spice. This goes heat, sweet, spice. It's heat first. The percentage, the first one's 58% for the 100% rye, 58%. And this one is 59.5. I don't think that 1.5% is going to make a difference in where it should be, where you get the initial heat. And I'm okay with the initial heat. And those of you that love your cask strength like me, you crave it, you like it. And when you get into a 40, 43%, you think it's missing because it doesn't have the oomph that you're looking for. This has oomph, ladies and gentlemen and friends. Yeah, I'm sticking with that. I'm sticking with the heat first, then it goes sweet, and still caramelly like the first. So caramel for both of these. Yesterday, I got confectioner's sugar. Not yesterday, Tuesday, last time. This time, no. It's more caramel for both of them. This is more, I'm getting slight vanilla. I'm sticking with the vanilla. I don't think it's just in my head. So I'm getting vanilla, and the cinnamon hearts goes with the heat. And now the spice coming out, it's not the same as the first one. It's still floral, but I couldn't say lavender on this one, I don't think. Yeah, it's flowery though. You talk about vegetable, but this is vegetable flowery on that part of it. Entirely enjoyable, and that's it. The finish on both of these are kind of a medium finish, and it changes pretty drastically though. So the flavor again on the 100% rye, sweet, going into the heat, going into the spices, and let's see how long it takes. Yeah, let's go medium finish because it's 10, 15, 20 seconds lasting, and you get that last flavor, and that sticks with you for a while. And I think it's because non-chill filter, you get the non-chill filter, you get more of the lipids, more of the fatty, which I think retains the flavor for you. So that's why I love the non-chill filter. And the other thing is, on this, even with the percentage, and again, for this toasted barrel rye, 59.5, it's in my mouth and I'm swishing it around, and I'm swishing pretty ferociously in there trying to get the flavors, and it doesn't burn at that point. It's when you swallow, when you get the air coming in, that you get the initial burn that goes to the sweet, and then yeah. That's it. There's nothing else I can tell you except that if you have a friend that has the advent calendar, maybe you want them to have a little bit of the bottle. Tell them to have half the bottles and give you the other half. Or you have to wait till next year, and when it comes out for sale for the $260, you got to grab it. And you have to get it at the distillery or online. Thank you very much, whiskey friends. I will see you on Tuesday. I might be triple fisting it on Tuesday, just kept keeping up with the whiskeys. Who knows? It might be dangerous, but I'm willing to do that for you. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic night. Sláinte. Cheers.